What is going on, guys? We are back for another DSP video, and in previous videos we saw he spent $2,000 in an event, $1,000 here, $1,095 there, and it looks like he's at it again after days of being wailed on. It looks like Down from the Rafters has spent $1,160. How convenient. As our friend here TJ Gamebox points out, Down from the Rafters in 11th place, and it looks like the character that he's going after is Charlotte Flair. Dude, you're married, stupid. Then today, DSP gave us a preview of what his content's going to be in the future as he phases gameplay out. It's going to be more of him talking and giving stupid takes. Now this has two different sides to it. One, it's boring as hell. It's his laziest content yet. And I do lump that in with DSP Reacts and DSP Throwback. But on the other hand, he tells more stories about how stupid he is, detached from reality is, how much his head is up his ass, and we get more entitled Karen rants. So the question is it worth it? Well, let's find out with some of the stuff he said last night. Then he had a complete meltdown for various reasons in the pre-stream chat. So we see DSP, YouTube essentially changed their algorithm around 2017 and delisted tons of old content, which is why my 65k video backlog gets no views every month. Nobody can find them. Now keep in mind, some of his videos are between 2 and 5 minutes, and he also posted them up when basically no one else was doing it. And he doesn't realize, the more people that do it, more content goes in the search algorithm, the more you're going to be flooded out of it. And they're going to be posted up because of the quality, because people are actually watching them. And now they just keep changing stuff to focus on shorts and new hot drama vids, etc. And it hides everything else. It's not just me saying this, it's well documented, especially with older YouTubers. Yeah, because Phil, that's what people are watching. They're not looking at views anymore, they're looking at engagement. How long are people watching the videos? People are liking the videos. People are leaving comments on the videos. They want engagement, Phil. They don't want these random 2-minute clips where no one's commenting, no one's watching any of the video. But of course, it's DSP, the big brain Burnell with a business degree. If it weren't for people supporting my live streams, I'd be out of business. So I'm very lucky and grateful. Now keep in mind, he always complains when his views are down on his channels. And then he made a big effort to put his older content remastered on DSP Throwback because people wanted them. But then complains about the views, but says views are non-visible and people don't find them, people don't watch them, which means he doesn't make money from them. But he also wants to be Mr. Views. You know, views, I don't want to be Mr. Views. And then we have Jordan here, stirring the pot. Oh, I see you. I don't know why people have so many problems with you. I have such good time in your stream every time, DSP. And of course, DSP has to respond. If you just stay on my streams and actually hang out with the group here, you'll have a great time. But weak-minded people get sucked into a black hole of nonsense outside these streams. Definitely not a cult. Don't look at anyone else, don't talk to anyone else. Just stay here with all the people in the cult, do what I say, and just do what you're told. And they're sadly not bright enough to understand it's all manufactured drama, so others can benefit from orchestrated negativity. That's right, everyone else, they can see who DSP is. Even people who don't know who DSP are, they find him and they go, the fuck is this guy? Look at what happened with side scrollers. See, Adam didn't know anything about DSP. He didn't even know who DSP was. And then during that interview, he just absolutely bitch slapped him time over time over time, and even said at one point, if I saw this, if I saw you acting like this, it would turn me into a detractor too. I am literally not involved in any drama until some idiot pulls me into it, lol. Now keep in mind, last year, around this time, actually no, sorry, in August, the whole LTG thing happened. Now a very important part of that saga is that DSP started that. Because he went on his pre-stream and he said, I was looking at videos and then a video got recommended to me and it was an LTG video from one of his detractors. That is right, DSP will watch LTG detractors, believe everything, but the DSP detractors are full of shit. Then he started insulting LTG, talking about his setup, his streaming style, all that. LTG clapped back, went back and forth. Then all of a sudden, he started telling DSP, work on your sexy, get crispy, all that fun stuff. And then DSP started changing up his wardrobe. Except for the pants, he kept wearing the jammies until he sharded in them. Yeah, you will always have spammers and people supporting dumb memes, etc. We just deal with it daily and it's fine. Definitely used to it at this point. Then it went into Detractor content. We have Sarah, who is confirmed to be OIC. Anytime you see a female name in his chat, it's OIC. DSP, I don't think it helps that YouTube recommended Detractor content when we watch your content. And you know why that is? Because people enjoy the Detractor content over Raw Phil. And I mean DSP, not Raw actual Phil. Raw Phil, the restreamer, is the GOAT. Because you have these hour-long videos where you have dead air, you're boring as hell, you're being handheld by your audience, and nobody can digest that. What the detractors do is they do the highlights or the lowlights in your case, and they make it digestible. A DSP, oh yeah, for sure, the algorithm of YouTube is a huge issue. I mean, it barely recommends anything with an iota of intelligence anymore. Shoving shorts and drama and brainless drivel down your throat. And we have Bill. I agree, Sarah, and all the clickbait titles. It's just indicative of modern YouTube. Now keep in mind, DSP also had multiple titles where he said, I was robbed, dude, robbed. And then he went on to talk about how his grocery cart and his grocery bags were stolen. I actually heard, get this, if you use Bing, oh my god, who the fuck is using Bing in 2024? And search for YouTube videos, it actually gets you the videos you want. So he's telling his audience to go out and use Bing as a search engine. You have to completely ignore Google products that get searched to work, lol. Well, any search outside of YouTube/Google basically. Remember that YouTube is only interested in feeding you content that pays them more money. Imagine that. A business that wants to make money. What a thought from Big Brain Burnell. So that means emphasizing anything that gets clicks and views, regardless of the content contained within. They stopped caring in 2017 when they lost their biggest advertisers. Isn't that when DSP had his biggest drop in income? Funny how that happened, Phil. And we're not even done yet. Derich is still on vacation until June. I hope he gets arrested and never comes back. But DSP is still defending him in his chat. We got DSP. The fact that people obsess about a chatter is pretty weird. Perhaps just don't fucking pay attention or ignore that person if you don't like them. It's not rocket science, but my haters made him a meme. No, I'm pretty sure he did it himself by being a sex pest and a future member of a register. So now people just can't control their grade school tendencies to make fun of someone. And I'm pretty fucking tired of it. When Derich comes back, if people start talking shit, I'll just mass ban and be done with it. The fact that he's not here and people are still talking about him is pretty telling. If you're obsessed, then you have a problem. He tends to try to get my attention on a lot of streams when he's here. And I try to be nice, but I do have to ignore them half the time, or else the entire stream would just be me talking directly to him. And people are so dumb, they just talk about him constantly. You can literally block anyone on a stream, and then you ignore their messages. So the fact that anyone complains or talks about him constantly instead of doing so is baffling. You have to be dumb to be bothered by Derich because you're actively choosing to continue to be bothered by him instead of just ignoring or blocking him. It's going to be interesting when, not if, but when, Derich gets arrested for a violent crime and he's tied to DSP, what DSP's response will be. And guys, if you want to check out more Derich stuff, I do have a channel. It'll be on the end card. Derich Ip Court Evidence, or DICE, where I track all his degeneracy, past, present, and future. Then we get to the pre-stream, where DSP has claimed because he's now got Zangief at Master Rank, he's better now at fighting games than he's ever been, even when he was competitive. Now also keep in mind, he also said that they made fighting games easier for people in 2024. So is it that you're better at games, Phil? Or that the games are easier, and by comparison you think you're better?
Rex420 Red says, as an older guy like yourself, I'm actually approaching my 50s and I'm finding it harder to stay sharp on games. Have you noticed skill drop off or are you feeling aches? Let me put it this way. I'm actually feeling like right now, and this is not exaggerating, I'm actually better at fighting games than I probably ever have been. When I was good at Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo in the mid 2000s and I was a high level competitive player, the skill level wasn't anywhere near where it is now. It just wasn't. Everyone was playing legacy games. You know what I'm saying? There was no new competition. You'd have to learn new tech or anything. So for me, you know, at that point, yes, I played insanely high level and it was really good stuff. But the stuff I have to do to play Street Fighter 6 is way higher level tech than I was doing playing Super Turbo, for sure. You know, for me, it's just years and years of experience and character knowledge that would allow me to play Super Turbo at a high level. But right now, I'm playing fighting games higher level than I ever have. I never played Tekken as good as I just did a couple months ago there with Yoshimitsu. I never played Tekken at that level at all. So that's something completely new to me, okay? Playing these Elden Ring and FromSoft games and Souls-like games like I just another Crab's Treasure or Lies of P. That's difficult shit that I'm doing. I never did that when I'm in my youth. Never. Literally. But I can tell you this. My right hand is going to get carpal tunnel. It already is. Like right now, it's actually not bad because I stretched it this morning. But I woke up this morning and I just went like this. And I had insane tenseness, pain in all of my right hand here. And I had to do a stretch session where you just basically go like this. And you just keep doing it for a while and stretching the muscles out and everything. And then it feels a little better. But I can tell you right now, I'm going to get carpal tunnel in this hand. There's nothing I can do about it. As I get older, it's funny. I'm at a higher skill level now than I've ever been in my life at 42 in video games. But as I get older, it's going to be more this than this. And I'm probably going to have to cut back on games and challenging games and start doing other stuff. Like I said, that's why I want to expand into other kinds of content eventually.
So remember in the pre-stream, he was talking about the algorithm and his videos not showing up. So now he's going to talk about Throwback and the whole purpose of them and how people want to see his videos.
Money that I have for my office job to buy all the games and finance everything that I did on YouTube as a hobby. Just because I loved it. Not because I saw dollar signs or I want, you know what I mean? And that's why when YouTube became more commercial and became more overproduced and it's follow the trend, I was like, this is disgusting to me. That's not what I'm interested in. That's not what I came here for. I'm very lucky that I get to still be someone who makes a living on YouTube because there's lots of people like me who have had to leave. They didn't have the dedicated fan base, the people who kept coming back and supporting me and watching me no matter where I went and what I did. They sadly, they fell out of prominence and relevancy and then no one cared about them and they couldn't maintain anymore, you know? Lucky for me, when I was big, I didn't overexpand. I had plans. I was going to rent out an office. I was actually going to hire employees. I was going to have someone who's going to be like my video editor and was going to take the raw playthroughs and edit them together and do things like put all the metadata into the videos as they uploaded. And then I was going to have a filming crew where we were going to be filming skits and things. I'm serious. I had these plans that I was going to start. I was going to have John Rambo and I, we're going to be doing stuff together and stuff like that in like a studio setting. Like this was all of my plans that I was actually going to do back in the day. Thank God I didn't, because likely what would have happened is I would have completely invested in that and then YouTube would have just changed and that would have been the end of all of it, right? And how am I going to continue on if I had done that? If I had overexpanded and done stuff like that? Thankfully, I mostly relied all on me. That it was always me doing all the work and it was all on me and it was just kind of a small-time operation. Already my channel had been on a decline because of these changes on YouTube. This was before everyone hated me, by the way. So I knew, I saw the writing on the wall and I was like, well, if I'm going to move out of Connecticut, it's now or never. Because if I don't get out of here now, likely this stuff is going to change hugely, you know? And it did. So thankfully, I did get the hell out of Connecticut when I did, or else I would be stuck there. And now I've happily been living in Washington for 10 years. I have a beautiful family. I'm happy. But that's because I made that very drastic change at that time. I said, move now or I'm stuck. And I did, and things have been better because of it. But, man, you know, again, can you imagine someone who, like, I did a long-term investment in YouTube because I was popular in 2010 or 2012, and I expanded, I did a studio, and there's people who did that. I mean, look, the Creatures did that, and there's other groups as well. This is what they did, and then what happened? It all crashed because YouTube just keeps deciding they want to change everything for everyone, and now your videos are gone. Like I said, all my old legacy videos used to bring in 500,000 to 1 million views a month just on the legacy videos. They get 0 views. 0. Like right now, for the first time in ages, my Fallout 4 playthrough hit the algorithm, and part 1 has 33,000 views. As a result of that, probably a few hundred people went and checked out my old Fallout playthroughs, and that's it. no one goes and watches my old catalog anymore. Only the most dedicated people who like have been along for the ride will go back and watch old stuff. Outside of that, it just sits there stagnant and no one cares, and it's YouTube's fault. Because YouTube brushed me out of the algorithm and doesn't want my stuff to be found because they want to prominently push forward the memesters, the popular kids, the kids who they think are going to sell more ad space, while all the content that people want to find or used to be able to find can't be found anymore.
Then we have this from Poems. DSP, move the fuck on. This is why no one cares about you. You don't make content anymore. You just sit around talking about yourself to waste your life away.
But yeah, like, this channel has been around for a very long time. It's had millions of people around the world enjoy its content, right? And you might wonder, so how are you where you are today, right? Why is it that your average stream gets like 300 viewers? Your average videos get under 1,000 views, you know? It's a simple answer, but to actually elaborate on that, right, you have to look deeper, all right? The simple answer is this. YouTube changes itself every few years to chase a trend, okay? And sadly, for people like me who are people who made a career as a content creator slash YouTuber slash video creator, whatever you want to call me on YouTube, either you chase the trends, right? And you follow the trends, and you then ride the trends to popularity, or you don't. If you chase the trends, you have to constantly be changing who you are, reinventing the content you make, and essentially being whatever's popular in the moment. Because at a moment's notice, YouTube can literally have someone go like this. Change the whole site. And now what used to show up in search doesn't. What used to get pushed to the forefront of a related video is gone. And they take a nice big broom and they take everyone else who used to actually get views on YouTube and they just sweep you right under the rug. All right? And then you're gone. And the good news for me is very simple. I've been around for 16 years. I have a knowledge base and a viewer base. People know who DSP is. Now, most people know me for negative reasons, but some people actually know me as a longtime YouTuber who is still here to this day making content daily that I love to make. So I have an installed viewer base that no matter where I go and what I do, people follow me and want to see what I'm up to. I'm very lucky in that regard, because if it weren't for that, I don't know how I would get viewership and make a living.
Then nothing really happened in the day stream, so we're going to move to the night stream, where he's scheduled to play Helldivers 2 to give it a shot, see if he wants to continue it. And we have this here. Democracy must prevail. Helldivers 2 fun, May 18th, 2024. 144 people watching. Then you're going to see the view bots come in and boost his numbers.
I've probably actually actively smoked. I think I actively smoked cigars 2 times, maybe 3. I think I tried 2 cigarettes, both of which I hated. I tried a clove once, which I liked the taste of, but didn't like the smoke. And weed, I probably, no exaggeration again, I probably, in less than 1 hand's worth of joints have I smoked. Seriously. So that's all I've ever smoked. Yet I have weak lungs. Like, if I go out in very cold weather, which doesn't really exist out here anymore where I live, but when I lived in Connecticut, whenever it was really cold weather and the winds were whipping, I couldn't breathe. I'd be like this, everyone would be like, what's wrong? But I seriously can't breathe. I can't breathe in the cold air. It actually hurts my lungs, you know? It was just, I really believe that. I really believe that I have weakened lungs as a result of living in that secondhand smoke household. Jessica says, could we get copies of Kat's recipes? No. No, she pulls them off the internet. And then what she does is she'll pull a recipe off the internet.
Then he decided to do a poll for his audience. Do you want to watch him play Helldivers 2? Or do you want a chill with Phil segment for the entire night? And they chose Helldivers 2. They want to see him play the game. So we have this from Poems. Chat voted for him to play the game and skip the hangout session tonight. So he starts getting pissy and shitting on the game instead of just playing it. He still hasn't started as of this post.
That's really it. Like, after that, there's nothing I'm working toward at all in the game. It's just, there's nothing to do. I don't know what they're expecting you to do in the game. It's so repetitive right now. Like, if there was a new alien class or a new map type, a new combat type, some new weapons to try out. There's nothing. So I don't even know what I'm really doing, right? Like, what am I doing in the game tonight? I'm just kind of dicking around. I hate to say it, I just feel like this game's appeal has completely died because it's too bland. There's nothing going on in it. Maybe when they update it and there's a third alien race and there's a whole new planet or a new style of gameplay, then it would be more exciting. But it's just fucking boring right now, you know? Tons of new stuff. They just added weapons. Where? Where did they add weapons? Where? The only way you can get weapons is right here. And I can't get anything. I have 18 medals. I can't unlock any of these because I need to have the 1,000 credits, which I don't have yet. I still have to grind endlessly to get the 1,000 credits. Even if I max this out, which look how many fucking medals they want me to get. Where do you see this? They want me to spend 347 more medals to finish this page. And then I would have 955. Then I go to the next page. And finally, I'd be able to buy this and get my 1,000. So I would have to sit here and grind endlessly 347 medals, right? Just to unlock the final page, just to have enough credits. So then I can unlock a different war bond just to grind more.
Then he tried to convince people, we don't want to do Helldivers 2. We want to do Q&A. Don't you guys want that? Of course, that's not what they wanted. Just play the damn game, Phil.
Hey guys, I think we should get started. Unless you guys just want to hang out all night. It's up to you. But if you just want to hang out, I'll do that. But I think I said we were going to play Helldivers, so I guess we could boot it up. I don't really care. I would hang out for 2 hours with you guys too and just talk if that's what you wanted to do. I really wouldn't give a shit. Because like I said, Helldivers, it's not super important. It's not like there's much going on in the game to even earn progress-wise, right? Like, the only thing that we're doing tonight, I want to get a super sample so that I can get the next upgrade of the ship, so you get like 2 of the stratagems instead of 1. But I just, you know, I just don't see it being a big deal. It's going to be a lot of repetitive gameplay, that's for sure. So it's up to you. Whatever you guys want. You want me to do a poll? Here, so, since you guys are here, let's do a poll. All right? Let's do a poll.
Of course, every time Phil does a poll, there's always a choice of illusion, where he'll give you options, but no matter what, he's going to play what he wants. It doesn't matter what was voted for, because there's always the troll element, dude. We got poems. DSP blames trolls for his poll not giving him what he wanted. The poll was 63% to 38%, and had been that way since shortly after he started it. He's been view-botted for over 30 minutes. The bots had nothing to do with the voting. They are not actual people.
Well, the poll's very close. The poll is... Now, wait a minute. Hold on a second here. We have 2,121 people on stream, and we only have 210 votes. So I find it very, very suspect that with over 2,000 people on stream, right, we only have 216 votes in the poll. That almost seems to me like a troll just came on here to viewbot and to skew the poll, does it not? Because that poll literally said 55 to 60% for chill stream with Q&A, and then all of a sudden it went whoop the other way and it gained like over 100 votes, right? Isn't that funny? Guys, we can literally do whatever you want. I really don't care. I'll play the game if you want.
And of course, DSP, like the crybaby bitch that he is, decided to chill with Phil because it's easy money. Sit there, demand money, and say stupid shit. So he ignored the poll results and forced to chill with Phil.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's what we're gonna do. I hate to say it, but I think Helldivers is on ice, man. There's just nothing going on in the game. I booted up, I'm like, what am I doing? There's nothing to do in that shit, right? So I guess we're just gonna hang out, which is fine. I'm cool with hanging out with you guys as long as you guys are okay with hanging out. Seems like most of you are, right? So let's just do that. Let me set that up. Hold on. Let me set that up. So Helldivers 2, I think we're gonna now say let's not schedule it anymore until the game updates. So if you guys know of being a big update, is there new content? Is there big new things going on? Let me know and we'll go back to it. But now, I really don't think that I want to keep doing the same thing in a loop. It's pretty fucking boring. Okay? All right. Well, let's get this on the road then. Let's get set up for just a chill stream. And I guess I'll announce it that we changed our minds because fucking there's nothing to do in the game. 2 hours of chilling is okay with me. All right. So allow me to announce that everywhere.
Now we get to our chill with Phil session and get ready for a roller coaster. We start off with him describing all the toys and artwork in the background. Look at that. Look how he looks at Sonic. Amazing. Robust. Riveting content. Then DSP explains how he doesn't like sweets anymore, then proceeds to tell everyone about the bag of sweets he has in the house and how he ate a Kit Kat tonight after dinner. He truly doesn't hear himself. Then he went on to talk about money because people asked him how much money he made with Machinima. He made so much money at the start of YouTube, he was able to get a massive debt and had so much money he didn't know what to do with it. And keep in mind, this was all before his bankruptcy, so when he started YouTube and started with Machinima, he had this huge debt from his school and all the other stupid shit that he did. He paid it off through Machinima money, and then after that everything was clear, he went in debt for $500,000 and went through bankruptcy. That tells you how much of an adult he is not. I wouldn't be laughing or telling this story with chuckles if I did what you did with the opportunity you had, Phil. Yeah, you could have been a millionaire, Phil.
There was a month, okay, that I made so much money that Machinima had to send me 3 separate payments via PayPal because PayPal has limitations on how much money you can send in an individual payment. Okay, so I made a certain amount of money and they had to split it. It was like, here's payment 1, here's payment 2, here's payment 3. And I'm looking at my phone as it's buzzing to tell me I'm receiving these deposits. I'm like, what the fuck? This is insane. How is this sustainable? Right? And the truth was, it wasn't. It never was going to be sustainable. But it was just insane. Like, I was like, what the hell? Like, I never expected to make that much money, especially those early days. You know, keep in mind, that was before direct capture, before live streaming. It was just an asshole pointing a camera at his TV and just uploading raw videos constantly. And I was rolling in that much money every month. It was wild. I literally went from being in massive debt from my previous life before being a YouTuber to within a year to 2 years paying off all of my previous life's debt and basically being completely good and square to the point where, like, wow, now I don't even know what to do with this money.
Then DSP got called out. He was talking about a trailer for a game or movie or something, and someone said to him, why don't you pull it up on stream, watch the trailer, instead of making people pay for it and monetize it? And this, my friends, set off Phil.
The Gamers, a full-length trailer release for with gameplay and all September release date would be good fun to react to. Oh, cool. I knew it was coming out. I didn't see the trailer. Seeing the trailer might be a good idea. If you're someone who nominates videos for my react show every Sunday, you want to nominate this Funko game coming out in September so we can watch the trailer together, see what it's about, that would be a cool idea, for sure. Why don't I watch the trailer now instead of expecting compensation for watching a trailer? Because I don't have anything set up in my stream to be pulling up a trailer and watching it. That's not the kind of show this is. This is just an impromptu live stream we did on the fly. I don't have it ready to go. I don't have a capture thing to capture a fucking browser window. Like, what are you talking about? I literally have a react show set up that I can do on every Sunday. It's all ready to go, and people submit clips to watch. If this is a clip you want me to watch, why would you not submit it for the react show? Right? So instead of trying to make it sound like something it's not, how about you grow a fucking brain and you shut the fuck up and stop being disrespectful in my chat because you're an idiot. Okay? What an asshole.
Yeah, how dare you expect him to do something for free that everyone else does? Then at this point, the tips were low before OIC bailed him out. Yet again. He got up to stretch, you know, his wink wink, nudge nudge, give me money. We have poems, waddle in, check for tips, sees nothing, tell people they're being quiet. Very subtle, Phil.
Alright, I'm back, guys. Ready to chill for about another hour? What did I miss? Anything? Did I miss anything? You guys were quiet when I was gone. Huh. All right.
And this is something you're going to see in the future as people run out of questions and Phil gets angry. He's now yelling at people to talk.
Okay. What's going on? Now all of a sudden I started part 2 for the night and the chat has dramatically slowed down. Like this chat was flying before I went to pee. I went and took a piss. I come back. Why did the chat slow down so much? What happened? Did we lose a bunch of viewers? Not really. So what's going on? You guys gotta you guys gotta get a coffee. You guys gotta go get yourself a coffee, right? You do. I had my coffee before the stream. Slayer, you still here? Cool.
Then we started getting into the really dented questions, and music came up. DSP thinks Can You Take Me Higher is a Bush song. Then DSP was very confused over the name of the Nintendo Switch, and he kept saying how the other Nintendo consoles made sense, but the Switch doesn't. We have Theo. Oh god, DSP is trying hard to hate Nintendo. Why is it called the Switch? Is it because you can switch from home and portable? Is that even true? DSP, are you trying to be this dumb? Or did your mom feed you bleach instead of milk? Then, my god. Remember over the years he kept saying, oh, that DSP top 10 racist moments video, that's a troll. I never did that. It doesn't exist. It's a Detractor meme. He now acknowledges that he made it. However, he does say, everyone laughed at it and no one took it seriously. And then DC at the bottom makes a very interesting comment where he says, why some of that witty commentary edited out of his throwback play? And then someone said to him, I don't understand why people think you're racist. And then DSP went on this whole thing about how he was a minority in school. He was one of the only white people. I can't be racist. I had black friends.
I grew up in a multicultural community. My next door neighbor was Irish. The one house down was, the kid was from Puerto Rico. The kid one street over was black. And we were all friends. And we would get together and all play and hang out and have a good time. We didn't care what race we were. My elementary school was multicultural as well. Most kids in my elementary school were not white. I was actually considered like almost a minority in my elementary school. It was a lot of you know, again, black, Asian, Hispanic kids in my elementary school. And I like basically we didn't see it that way because we were all different colors right from the get-go. So we were already mixed in and integrated together and we didn't see each other as different because of that. And that's a good thing because, you know, I don't think that way in my life. I just don't see someone for their race or their ethnicity at all. I never even think that in my head at once. If it's brought up by someone, then I kind of, oh yeah, that's right. I don't even think about it that way, you know? And you're right. Like my best friend when I was growing up, he was Asian and we were friends playing video games together. And then my best friend when I was you know, a teenager, he was my rival in arcades, T. Carter. He was black, you know? Yes, my friends in high school were white, admittedly. That one friend group that I had. But then immediately I went into competitive Street Fighter. Like seriously, if I think about my friend group, most of my friends were Asian. Some were black, some were white. I'd say that core group during that era when I was traveling and playing competitive Street Fighter before I met John Rambo, like two of my closest friends, one was Puerto Rican and one was black. And we were going around playing fighting games together, you know, going to tournaments and stuff. So I didn't give a shit. I literally could not care. I'm probably the person who on this planet least cares about someone's race. It's not a concern. To me, everyone can be a great person and everyone could be a fucking asshole, right? Like the skin color, the background, the ethnicity has nothing to do with it. It has to do with the individual choices of the person to be a certain kind of person. And it has nothing to do with you know, anything like that. Because I've known white people who were absolutely horrendous, terrible fucking people who I would never want to speak to ever again because they were so vile. But I've also known really nice white people. And I know that for every group, you know? It's the same for everyone. Everyone has that capacity to make choices in their life and be different. It has nothing to do with judging people at that kind of shit. You know what I mean?
And are you ready for this, guys? DSP gives cat shopping advice.
Blue means the cat is a very, very laid back, leave me alone style cat. Every once in a while, maybe it'll wise up and not wise up, like snuggle up and be nice to you. But you might just want to let it be more laid back and just have its own thing, feed it, interact with it a little bit. But it just wants to kind of do its own thing. A red cat is essentially a cat that's kind of antisocial. And sometimes it could just be the cat's personality, or sometimes it could actually be something sad that's happened to the cat. Like it's been abused, it hasn't had a solid home, it just doesn't feel safe. So red cats are more, hopefully they'll eventually turn into a blue or green, but they might not. And then there's green, and green is the super social, super get along cat. The only catch with a green cat, okay, is that a green cat may be so social that it wants to be the only social function of the house, meaning, for example, my cat Jasper. My cat Jasper absolutely loves to be involved in everything. When my wife's cooking, he's up there. When we're having breakfast, he's on the counter. When we're sitting on the couch after dinner relaxing, he's on the couch relaxing with us. When we sleep, he's snuggled right on the bed with us. That's just how he is. But he's very jealous. If you give attention to anything else, like if you try to give attention here or here, he'll actually like get angry with you, get very upset with you. And then he'll start to act up. He'll do things he knows he's not supposed to do. So it sounds like your dog is more submissive. You want to be sure you have a cat that's a friendly cat, so like a green type, but not one that wants to be the only pet in the household. Because then if you ever give attention to the dog, that cat is going to act up and start doing all kinds of misbehavior in the house, which you don't want. It's going to start scratching, pissing, shitting in bad places. You don't want that. So it's...
Then we had this lovely super chat, which made DSP pause for a second. $2 from Kevin. You don't care about Cat being plus size? Then he started talking about how he matured in the FGC and how people respected him after he started running tournaments, and he was well liked, and he stopped being a troll. And then he went on to say he never intended to piss people off in his early YouTube years. Yes, you did, Phil. You were directly inflammatory towards people on top of being indirect with your humor. And then someone asked him what he listens to nowadays, and he said, I don't listen to modern day music. I don't know anything about it. And remember how he always says, I never drive on the highway. I don't like driving on the highway. I'll never do it. I never did it. Well, guess what? DSP said he drove on the highway to New Jersey to go to Street Fighter tournaments, and also said New Jersey smells like eggs and is disgusting. And then someone asked him to compare Another Crab's Treasure and the From Software games, and DSP said, Another Crab's Treasure had a great character development, and the story was easier to follow than software games. Almost like it's a kid's game, Phil. Almost. Then he went on to complain about other streamers, and he said he's not like other streamers who quit games on a whim. Now keep in mind, tonight was supposed to be Helldivers, then he quit at the start and said he didn't want to play it anymore. Then he went on to talk about his carpal tunnel again, and he said that he had carpal tunnel in his thumb. Let that sink in his thumb. He also went on to one of the biggest lies of all time. He said he worked out regularly in his 20s and was pretty buff. X'd out the whole screen here. And it appears all over Twitter, DMCAs are being sent out yet again. Then we got this from Otter. Someone is issuing DMCAs in Daddy's name again. And we see media not displayed. This image has been removed in response to a report from the copyright holder. So if there's any updates on that, I will let you guys know. So don't forget to click that like, share the video, leave a comment below, hit subscribe my other channels on the details of the end cards. And as always, I love each and every one of you. Hope you're all safe, healthy, and happy. Peace and love.